As part of the Made Clear project, we are developing a new model for pre-service teacher professional development that's focused around climate change. And we vetted several hands-on activities as part of the project, looking for an activity that we could use in our workshops to teach pre-service teachers about climate change, as well as model for them how they could teach about climate change in their own classrooms.
And they positioned themselves randomly at the different stations. So for each round, the person at the front of the line rolling the die, and side of the die that came up would tell them what, as an element within the carbon cycle, where they needed to go next, basically what has happened to them within the carbon cycle. They might remain in the area they already were. If they were carbon within Earth's atmosphere, they might stay in Earth's atmosphere. They might then become absorbed into the ocean, and so they were told to go to the hydrosphere. And so as different rounds of the game progressed, each individual person, as an element within the carbon cycle, would flow through Earth's carbon cycle. And so the participants were able to get the sense of several things from this activity. They got some sense of the idea of residence time, how carbon may remain in different parts of Earth while they exist. I think it's a great discussion point for the participants at the end of that first round, because first you're able to talk about the fact that by doing this activity, the participants are physically creating a model of the carbon cycle. This is good preparation for them for teaching about things like cycles, because often when students learn about the concept of biogeochemical cycles, they picture cyclical, they picture a circle. So hold up your first round examples. What do we see? There's a lot of lithosphere. It was hard to get out of the lithosphere. I don't see a lot of atmosphere.
Now hold up your second.
Seeing the difference between the first overall round, where the die for the lithosphere in particular is set up to represent the situation before the Industrial Revolution, and then when you switch that die out and you're looking at what's going on when humans have started to put carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The lithosphere in the second round had more sides of the die sending you to the atmosphere. And this was done to represent the Industrial Revolution. But when we mine coal and drill for oil and gas, we're pulling those fossil fuels out and burning them and releasing that carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide into the atmosphere.
They get a visual, like a tactile sense, because they touch the beads and then they see, going through the multiple rounds, they see indeed you're quite likely to be stuck in one of the large reservoirs like the lithosphere, as opposed to being stuck in the biosphere where you get recycled really quickly. And then there's the second round that you always do, where one of the cubes gets changed and makes it go from kind of a stable state climate to one where we are putting more and more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And you can have a visual comparison of your pipe cleaner with the beads from the first round and your pipe cleaner from the beads from the second round, and they don't look the same. And I just think that's very powerful. And understanding models is important for pre-service teachers to become more comfortable with
The science and engineering practices of the next generation science standards.
We have now piloted this activity with a wide range of age groups, from fifth graders all the way up through juniors and seniors science majors at the university. And what we have discovered is that it's a very fun, interesting activity that engages all of the participants and makes a big impact on how they understand the carbon cycle and how they can perceive that humans have actually influenced this cycle in the last 100 years.